My dear people of God, today we look at acts of spiritual growth. How can we grow spiritually? Looking at the readings of today that the church has given unto us. The first reading from the letter to the Hebrews tells us about what we can do to portray the love and the goodness of God. So the first line of the first verse of today's first reading tells us that the Lord is not unjust. It means that the Lord is just. And it continues to say that the Lord is not unjust to overlook our good deeds. My dear people of God, the readings are drawing our attention that whenever we perform any act of good deeds, any good work, the Lord hears us. The Lord sees us. The Lord blesses us. So he is a just God that just as we do good things, he blesses us. If we read Ephesians chapter 6 verse 9 or 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 verse 13, we are told that never get tired of doing what is good. Never get tired of doing what is good, or never get tired of doing what is right. Because the Lord will bless us at his own time of doing what is right. Sometimes we are disappointed, sometimes we are rejected because of our good deeds. But the Lord is telling us that we should never be tired of doing good. As an usher in the church, you may be disappointed in even your own friends, your family members, directing them to sit at a place that is designated and they refuse. Sometimes the words that will come out of their mouth. You are a lecturer, you can also be disappointed because people will say all kinds of things about you. You are a mass server, you are a priest. You can even be part of the social media group, those who are helping us with the live streaming. And people will say all kinds of things about you. My dear people of God, never grow tired of doing what is right. It is an act of spiritual growth that we must persist in doing good. The first reading also draws our attention to the love of God, that our goodness must be backed by love. We should not just do good because people are doing good and we are also doing. But we should do good because of the love of God. So goodness must be backed by love. That is why the letter to the Hebrews tells us that our good deeds is known to the Lord. And the Lord is always a just God to bless us. The second reading of today, that is the gospel, we are presented with Jesus and his discourse with the Pharisees about the Sabbath. For the Pharisees, their attention is that everybody should observe the law. So they take the latter of the law, that everybody must observe the law to the latter. But Jesus looks at the spirit behind the law. Why the law was made? The law was made by human beings. So the spirit behind the law is what we must look at. My dear people of God, every law that we obey must lead to life. Every law that we obey must bring life to people. So if any law that we bring or we obey does not bring life, then that law must be rejected. So he asked them that the Sabbath is not made for man, but man for the Sabbath. He said, no. This is what it should be. That man created the law, and the law must be obeyed by the spirit behind it. As we reflect on this, it is out of good deeds. So David was the example Jesus gave to them, because David was hungry and he went to the showbread in the temple that has been reserved for only the priests to eat. For the Pharisees, they will not understand, because the law says that The showbread is not for any other person but the priest. My dear people of God, every law that we obey, we must obey the law because it brings life. And whatever we do in this life must also bring life to others, must also bring good health to others, must also radiate the goodness of God onto others. I pray that just as we always want to do good, we should never be discouraged. Just as we also always yearn to do good, we should never grow weary of doing good. I pray and thank all those who have been offering services in this church, that God may continue to bless you with strength and good health, that you may persevere to do what is right. May the Lord bless us, that we may always do acts of good deeds to the greater glory of his name. Amen.
Amen.